Booktube, this is Kelly. Thank you so much for watching my channel, Books I'm Not Reading. I'm here today with a tag. I'm trying to get a little caught up. And this is to get to know my taste tag, or get to know my reading taste tag more specifically. And this tag was created by Thoughts on Tomes, and my name is Marines. So I will link to their channels down below. I was tagged by Stuart Griffin. Thank you so much, Stuart. I might have been tagged by someone else, and I apologize. I apologize if I did not give you credit. You can remind me in the comments section. Now, I'm going to tag some people at the end, but I also want to encourage all of you, if you don't have a channel, to please feel free to answer these very thought-provoking questions in the comments section. I love hearing from you. And if you don't feel comfortable leaving a comment, you can leave an emoji or you can give this video a thumbs up. So thanks so much. Okay, question number 1. How do you rate books? Give a quick rundown of how you do your star rating. So this is very quick. 1 star means no one should read it, don't read it, don't go there. 2 stars means it could be right for some people. I don't think it's right for, I don't think it's a good book for the majority of people. 3 is just kind of a meh, very like nothing spectacular, but also nothing horrible either. Like it's just kind of middle of the road. 4 is a book that I would recommend to most people. Might not be for everyone, but or maybe the book isn't like, oh, so close to being like perfect, like amazing, but it just doesn't quite get there. 5 stars is a book I think is spectacular. I think a lot of people should read it, and I'm just like blown away by it. So that is my star ratings on Goodreads, and you can check my Goodreads channel out down below. There's a link. Question number 2. How do you approach reviewing books? What's your review style? Are you analytical, emotional, casual, or structural? I think I'm probably all of those things. I do take reviewing books more serious. I spend a lot more time preparing to review books than any other videos that I make, which does not mean that every review video is a success. Question 3. What's the book that made you a reader? Whether it was your first favorite or the one that got you hooked. What book started it all? So I didn't grab anything for this, and I should have, but the truth is I grew up in a household full of books. Summers, because of the professions that my parents had, I went to the library every week of the summers growing up. I was expected to entertain myself, and I did a lot of that through reading. So yeah, I've just always been around books. Question 4, do you have a genre niche? Are there certain genres you gravitate toward, or do you read widely across genres? So I struggle with this because I really gravitate towards classics. And I don't just mean Penguin classics or Oxford World classics. I mean things that have been around for a while, things that have withstood the test of time. That is what I'm really looking for, which is why you'll rarely see new releases on my channel. I want to know that something isn't just fleeting. It has something to say to us for a long time. Which isn't to say that I don't also read fluff, things that are a little bit sillier. I do love a great mystery. I'm in the midst of several mystery series, spy series. I'm reading the Slough House series by McCarran right now. I'm also reading, and I need to return to this series, but I'm reading Henning Mankel's Kurt Wallander series. I'm trying to get to science fiction and fantasy. I do have a fantasy book, hopefully for next year. Question number 5. Do you generally prefer character-driven or plot-driven stories? Definitely character-driven stories. If there is nobody that I like in a book, if I don't have anyone to root for, to cheer on, that sort of thing, then no. It will be very difficult for me. I really need a character that I like, even if they're flawed, like even if they make mistakes, like of course. But I need characters that I feel some kind of connection to. Question number 6. What's a book you love so much that you don't care if others don't like it? What's the one book you love enough for everyone? So I know I'm not the only one that loves this book. I do think there is a kind of Booktube comparison between this book and another one of this author's books, but I love The Grapes of Wrath by John Steinbeck. I know many of you out there are shouting, no, it's East of Eden. It's East of Eden, which is also like a fantastic book. But The Grapes of Wrath, wow. Like, it's relevant right now. It's still relevant. It's such a great book. So even if you're an East of Eden fan, it's okay. I love The Grapes of Wrath enough for all of us. Question 7. What's a book you love so much that if someone doesn't like it, you know your reading tastes don't align? The book or books where a difference of opinion is a strong indicator of different reading preferences. So again, it's not so much a book as an author. If you don't like Charles Dickens, this is Bleak House by Charles Dickens. I have absolutely no idea how Charles Dickens was able to write this book, but it's a masterpiece. So if you don't like any Dickens at all, we probably have pretty different reading tastes. I think though, and I think this is what the people who created this tag, were also saying as well, is that, that doesn't mean that I'm not going to watch your channel or I'm not going to, consider any recommendations you have. I will just continually try to push you to give Charles Dickens a chance. He wrote so many books and so many of them are absolutely just brilliant, soaring, wonderful, amazing books. We're so lucky we have so many Charles Dickens novels. So, but again, that doesn't mean that if you don't like Charles Dickens, that I'm not going to watch your videos or something like that. Like I said, I'm just going to keep pushing you to try to read him. Question 8. What is in your trash pocket? What books, tropes, or themes that you know are bad, but you love them anyway? I don't understand this question. I'm not very good with like coming up with tropes other than like maybe a love triangle, which if done well is fine. I think it gets a little repetitive, but like that's a lot of books, right? And especially if it's the person who originated that trope, right? I mean, like I said, I read a lot of classics, so if it's if this is the person who originated the trope, then I'm okay with that. I also would feel uncomfortable on my channel calling anything trash, because it may be your favorite book. Who am I to say what is trash and what is not? I know that there's a lot of people on Booktube who are okay with calling certain books garbage. I am just not. I feel really uncomfortable about that, because if I'm calling it garbage, like, and it's a book you love, like, I just don't think that would go very well. So, okay. Question 9. Do you have any deal breakers in books? Something that, if present, immediately turns you off from a book. So, I think anytime, and I would still wait, I would still finish the book, because maybe the author is trying to make a point about this. I don't like things that are gratuitous, especially, you know, explicit sex scenes or things that are really violent. That does not mean that it's a deal breaker, though. Like I said, there may be a reason. There may be a reason the author chose to take that route. And so I'll keep going. Question 10. What's a strong opinion you have about a book released within the last year? Oh dear. And whether it's overrated, underrated, or just a take you need to share. So again, I don't read very many new releases, and I know it's very different from a lot of other Booktube channels, but that's just how I am. I will say, though, that I have noticed at our newer used bookstore, who has things, does not alphabetize the books by author. So they're just all just on the shelf. And they're divided into categories, but like the romance section and the like YA section and the like science fiction and fantasy, like all the covers are starting to look the same within each genre. I really don't like that, especially when the books are not alphabetized by an author. It's so difficult to find anything because everything looks exactly the same. I have seen 3 times now a different book that has the same, pretty much the same cover, the same font, but they're all different books. And so that is really, makes things really challenging, especially when nothing is alphabetized by author. So, yeah, I would just say, like, man, I wish we didn't have to have the same dang cover for everything. I'm tired of that. Question 11, what do you look for in writing? What makes a book stand out to you? Is it prose style, themes, voice, structure, or something else? I want the writing to be good. I want the pacing to pull me along. This is one area that Jason and I really differ on. Jason wants things to be super descriptive. He wants to know what the room looks like and what people are wearing and, you know, all of these little details about things. And that tends to bog me down. Too many details. Too, like, kind of flowery prose, I guess, if you will. For the most part, like, again, because I'm reading books that I feel like have withstood the test of time, I feel like, okay, all right, like, we're going to go on this journey, and at the end of it, like, I can decide whether it was, you know, worth it or not. Question 12, how do you decide what to read next? This is a great question. Do you plan ahead, mood read, or follow external factors, hype, recommendations, ARCs, which are advanced reader copies, and I don't get any of those, and I don't want any of those, so, so definitely I don't decide on that, and I, like, hype will, like, probably turn me off of a book unless it's won the Pulitzer Prize. I don't like books that are overly hyped. I do take your recommendations very seriously, especially if you've been watching my channel for a long time and I know you, and I feel like I know what your tastes are. Like, I will definitely, I mean, there are books on my library card next to me that I would never have bought except for the recommendation of a booktuber that I really trust. So, or a commenter that I really, really trust. I try to plan ahead, you guys. I have a high priority TBR. Again, you can see that on my Goodreads page. But, yeah, it just doesn't always work. So I think I might give up the high priority TBR and try something else in 2026. You know, it just, usually this time of the year, I like completely rearrange my high priority TBR, which I may do, I don't know. But yeah, at the moment, like I just, I want to read the book I'm reading, but otherwise, like my other high priority books, I'm not as excited to get into. So we'll see. We'll see what happens there. But so I do try to plan, especially when I know like there's a Booktube event coming up that I want to participate in, or maybe I'm a host of. Yeah, I do try to plan ahead a little bit, but I also try to leave room, like wiggle room in there for mood reading or, you know, something unexpected that comes up. So question 13, where do you get inspiration for Booktube content? What sparks your video ideas, other creators, friends, personal reading experiences? You know, honestly, I'm always thinking about like, what's the next Booktube video gonna be? What do I want to talk about? Sometimes it's something like I see on multiple channels and I want to kind of address it. I do get inspired from a whole variety of sources, and I'm so lucky. I'm married to a booktuber, Jason from Old Blues Chapter and Verse. So lots of times I talk to him and I'm like, hey, I have this idea for a video. And sometimes he's like, no, don't do that. Or sometimes he gets really excited and thinks it's a great idea. Or he might provide some suggestions for me as well. So, yeah, I have a lot of sources of inspiration. And one of the things I love about tags is that when I'm not feeling so inspired, there's usually a tagged video that I can do. So question 14, if you could make any book go viral right now, what would it be? A book you think deserves more attention and why? I could make a book go viral. It would be Dombey and Son by Charles Dickens. I know this is kind of a Dickens heavy video. Dombey and Son is an underrated, underappreciated Charles Dickens book, and it's fantastic. And I know I have persuaded some of you to read it, which makes me so happy, and I will continue to try to persuade people to read it. But yes, if I could make Dombey and Son viral, that would be awesome. Question 15, who are some other booktubers with reading tastes similar to yours? A lot of people that I feel like I have similar tastes to don't have Booktube channels. So yeah, there are a lot of people watching my videos who just comment, but I feel like we have similar tastes. Definitely Katie from Books and Things has been very influential. I would say Claudia from Spinster's Library. I would say Pat from Book Chat with Pat. Although again, like we're all like, there's no like perfect match, and that's okay. That's all right. Gina from Gina Stan Your Books and I do enjoy some of the same things, but not all, and that's okay. Like it would be very boring if we all liked the same things on Booktube. Finally, tag others. So I'm going to tag some channels that are new to me. You may already know about them, but if not, please check out the channels that I have listed down below that I'm tagging for this video. And I apologize so much if you've already done this tag. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I look forward to hearing your comments and your responses to these questions down below or in your own videos. Please remember to be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and I'll be back soon with another video. Bye.